عودة لكم مشاهدينا الكرام عبر مريم تي في، وبيسرني يكون بهالفقرة عم بستضيف سعادة سفير تركيا. Excellency Ambassador of Turkey, Mr. Ali Baris Ulusoy, most welcome in our morning show on time in Mariam TV platform.
Thank you very much for hosting me on Mariam TV.
We are happy for being among us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, it's my pleasure.
First of all, what is the current state of diplomatic relations between Turkey and Lebanon, and how would you describe the overall bilateral relationship?
Well, of course, first of all, I should say that Turkey and Lebanon are two friendly and brotherly countries, and this allows us to have excellent relations between the two countries.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this proudly as the Turkish ambassador serving here in Lebanon. And we are seeing that almost in all fields we have a mutual willingness to improve our ties. And we are seeing some concrete progress in some of the fields, especially in recent years. And we are very happy to be as two brotherly and friendly nations.
And each tourism from Lebanon can go to Turkey without visa.
Exactly. This is also helping a lot, especially for the peoples of our countries, because since 2010 there is a mutual visa exemption agreement between our two countries, which allows both the Lebanese nationals as well as the Turkish nationals to visit their respective countries and to enjoy the benefits of a visa-free travel. And this is really helping a lot.
Yes. How long have you been in office, and how do you describe your stay in Lebanon as an ambassador?
Thank you very much. I've been here for more than 2 years. I took office
2 years.
2 years.
Good.
I took office in March 2021, and I also presented my credentials during the same month.
Yeah.
Ever since, I had the opportunity to discover all the beauties of Lebanon, as well as, of course, to have a thorough look into our bilateral relations. And up until today, I can describe my stay only as very pleasant and very interesting, because I should admit that as a Turkish diplomat, it is always a privilege to serve in Lebanon, and I can say that among my colleagues, the Turkish diplomats, this is a very special place, and I'm 100% sure that many of my colleagues are jealous because I'm here serving as ambassador these days. But I'm very happy and hoping to stay here for a few more years. And my family is also here.
Usually you stay 3 years or more?
Normally in our system,
depends.
It depends, but in our system the principle is 4 years. But there are always exceptions. It could be shorter, it could be longer.
Yes.
But I'm hoping that I will have the chance to spend at least 4 years in Lebanon.
We are watching some beautiful views from Istanbul.
Exactly, from Istanbul and from other parts of Turkey.
What are the key areas of cooperation and collaboration between Turkey and Lebanon, and how have these areas evolved in recent years?
Well, I can say that, of course, we are trying to improve our relations in all fields, like from economy to trade, from education to health. We are trying to improve and establish a very constructive and a very effective cooperation scheme in all these fields. But in recent years, especially, we are seeing a big increase, a big vibrance in the economy and trade sector. And for example, when our annual trade volume was about $1 billion back in 2019, this is before the start of the COVID pandemic. Only a few years later, and after, despite the negative effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, this trade volume has reached $2.5 billion as of end 2022, which means that there is a, despite the difficult situation in Lebanon, which we are seeing, in the past few years, the trade relations between the two countries are really, moving forward. And I should say that, of course, there is an imbalance in favor of the Turkish exports to Lebanon. But we, as official authorities, are also trying to do our best to increase the share of Lebanese imports in the annual trade volume. And hopefully the share of the Lebanese exports to Turkey will rise in the future.
We have a good trading wars between Turkey and Lebanon.
Indeed, exactly. And for example, we are benefiting, despite we have lost the land connection due to the situation in Syria for more than 10 years, but we have a very vibrant commercial link that is tying two ports on each side.
Turkey,
yes, the port of Tripoli and the port of Mersin on the Turkish side. And this is basically the main channel that we are using for our commercial relations. And this is basically the main, and the port of Tripoli, thanks to this Ro-Ro line between the two ports, is the main entry point of Turkish exports into the Lebanese market.
We are watching the cuisine, Turkish cuisine.
Exactly. And Turkish cuisine is also something that we are taking pride of, just as our Lebanese friends are doing so. And the good part, especially for Turks living in Lebanon, or as we Turkish diplomats serving in Lebanon, is that we have so many things in common, starting with with our cuisines. And
you have tabbouleh, no, you have baklava.
We have baklava. You know, most of the desserts are pretty much common. They are prepared. The recipes have some differences, but in essence, you know, we are also baklava lovers or
kebab.
Other. And kebab lovers, exactly.
Yes.
We have different types of kebabs, and even the meze, the culture. We have the same culture, and we are sharing similarities, like even hummus and let's say the muhammara or wine leaves. These are the
it's similar culture.
It's very similar. It's very similar because geographically we are very close. We're not land neighbors, but we are very close, and historically and culturally we have always been very close for centuries. So this is of course making an impact, a positive impact on our relations today.
Yeah, there is some Arabic word also from origin Turkey, I think.
Of course, to be honest, we say that the Turkish language has been very much influenced by the other languages that the Turkish nation has been in contact with throughout centuries. The Arabic language, the Persian language. So whenever you speak to a Turkish, you will, especially for Arab speakers, exactly, you will catch lots of common words that exist also in the Arabic language, and vice versa. Even us, for example, we are not an Arabic speaking nation, but we understand a lot when our Arab friends speak, because there are lots of words in common.
How did the devastating earthquake affect the country, especially the tourism sector? Lebanese usually travel to Turkey. We have witnessed a decline in Lebanese travels to Turkey.
Well, to be honest, I think it's yet to be seen, because the tourism season is just about to start. We are in the month of June these days. For example, last year we were very happy to have hosted more than 273,000 Lebanese nationals, Lebanese citizens in Turkey, because we are very happy, and probably I think I can say it very comfortably that Turkey has been the top destination of our Lebanese friends for so many years. Why? Because it's very easily accessible, and it offers to all different tastes. If you like to go for summer tourism, if you like to go there winter tourism, religious tourism, cultural, even to enjoy the culinary richness, you have lots of options and lots of places that you can go and you can discover all across Turkey. Starting with Istanbul, of course. Istanbul is like the main gateway to the richness of our country.
Yes.
Exactly. But this is also helping a lot, and we are hoping that hopefully we will follow up on the same trend, and we'll be more than happy to host our Lebanese friends, especially in the summer months to come. And Turkish Airlines especially is helping a lot, because they are also putting in service seasonal flights linking Beirut directly to Antalya, Dalaman, Bodrum, which are the three favorite summer spots for our Lebanese friends, as well as for...
They visit the Turkish beach.
Exactly, exactly. There are some popular spots like Fethiye, Bodrum, and Göcek. We know that our Lebanese friends are especially fond of those places, and they'll be most welcome. And the vice versa is also happening. I mean, there's also an increasing interest on the part of the Turkish citizens to come to visit and to discover Lebanon, and we are very happy with that. And we are hoping that, of course, this number will increase. And we know that on the Lebanese side, the expectations for the upcoming tourism season is high, and hopefully we will also make a good contribution with the arrival of more and more Turkish tourists from Turkey.
Cultural exchange and people-to-people contacts are essential in building stronger relations. What steps have been taken to enhance cultural and educational cooperation between Turkey and Lebanon?
Exactly. As I have mentioned earlier, we have a very sound infrastructure when it comes to cultural exchange, because we are basically sharing a lot in terms of cultural values, and we are benefiting from the presence of an official Turkish cultural center, which is called the Yunus Emre Cultural Center, which is based in Hamra, Beirut, and it has been there for more than 10 years. And its two main missions is, first, of course, to promote the Turkish culture here in Lebanon, and the second is to promote the learning of the Turkish language, because Turkish language is becoming quite popular, and we are very happy with that, especially thanks to the increasing interest of for
Lebanese people are interested in Turkish language
they are.
To learn it.
Yes, and the Turkish TV series, which are very popular in Lebanon and also in the broader Arab world, as well as in more than 150 countries all around the world, they are really increasing an interest to learn the Turkish language.
We are investing in Turkish drama.
Yes, yes,
every night.
Exactly, and this is why they are so popular, because they are, people see lots of things that are quite familiar, and they can familiarize themselves with the plots of those TV series. They can identify themselves with the characters, because it is a cultural affinity. People see that basically we have this same similar cultural values, so it creates a closeness here in the eyes of our Lebanese friends. And this is helping also, as I've said, for the growing interest in learning the Turkish language. And our cultural center, the Yunus Emre Institute, or the cultural center here in Beirut, is offering courses to all those who are willing to learn the Turkish language. And apart from that, of course, we are also trying to work on some cultural projects. Especially, we are very much interested in contributing to the festivals organized in Lebanon through the contribution of artists or groups from Turkey. And we would like to, of course, the opposite to take place as well. And on the educational field, we are also having excellent relations. For example, upon an increasing interest on the side of our Lebanese friends, we are offering graduate and postgraduate scholarships offered by the Turkish government.
Ah, bravo!
Yes, and
this is the embassy's activities in Lebanon.
Exactly. Of course, we are doing it in collaboration with the specialized agencies.
Yeah.
Of course, for example, we have a program which is called the Turkey Scholarships, which is organized and executed by a specialized agency operating in Ankara. But they are coming to Lebanon for interviews, and we are helping them. And hopefully, for example, for this year, we are hoping to have at least 40 scholars from Lebanon who would be granted full scholarship to pursue their graduate or postgraduate education in Turkish universities. And apart from the scholarships, we have more than 200 universities. Some are state, but mostly private, and they're also offering high quality education at affordable prices, also for Lebanese students.
Very well. What projects are you working on at that moment?
Well, of course, the embassies are always busy with different projects. But if you'd like to classify them roughly in two groups, one would be the projects addressed to your nationals, to your compatriots, to the Turkish citizens, and the other would be for the broader public, especially, of course, including your citizens and the host country's nation. Well, for our citizens, for example, the most recent activity that we have organized is, of course, the holding of elections. We opened polling stations at the embassy for the previous parliamentary and presidential elections. And we are also organizing meetings to inform our citizens about the consular services given by the embassy. And when it comes to the broader public, of course, we are trying to do our best to increase the visibility of our embassy as well as our country in Lebanon. For example, most recently, we have taken active part in the organization of a charity fundraising event to support a local orphanage and a local humanitarian NGO. This is just a concrete example from the past days, and we are always trying to work with our local partners in terms of developing more and more projects. And the Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, which is the Turkish government's main channel to transfer technical assistance to Lebanon, is also helping a lot in this regard. And in collaboration with our embassy, they are supporting many ministries, local administrations, NGOs, universities, schools, in many fields, like conversion to solar energy, in improving the physical infrastructure for educational and health institutions, in, for example, waste management, and vocational training. So we are supporting all sectors, non-profit sectors, as much as possible through this agency, which is shortly known and becoming popular as TICA.
Oh, very well. Are there any specific goals or projects that you hope to achieve in Lebanon?
Well, during
more than
yes,
that?
To be honest, yes, I can speak of at least one ambitious goal, which is making sure that the Turkish hospital that was constructed more than 10 years ago in Sa'ada as a specialized hospital to treat the cases of trauma and burns, to become fully operational. Unfortunately, due to a quite large number of problems, bureaucratic and administrative problems, it wasn't possible to put this hospital into function up until recent times. Thanks to the commitment of the Ministry of Public Health here in Lebanon, this hospital, which was government donation to the Lebanese authorities back in 2010, is now serving in a partial capacity. My goal would be to see that this hospital, which normally can host 100 patients
yes.
as inpatients,
certainly.
Exactly, and hopefully it will be possible to see the full operation of this hospital before the completion of my the term of office.
It will help a lot. Thank you.
Exactly.
Excellency, Ambassador of Turkey, Mr. Ali Baris Ulusoy, thank you for this amazing interview. You're most welcome in Mariam TV.
Thank you very much. I'm also thanking you, to Mariam TV, for giving me this opportunity to share the Turkish perspective on the Turkish and Lebanese relations.
You're welcome. Thank you. هذه كانت حلقتنا لليوم، أنا وزميلتي تمارا، وهيك بنستودعكم ليوم جديد مع زملائنا من الاثنين للسبت. الله معكم.